tell you everything I've seen, the friends I've made, and then you tell me how you've been. Look a little closer, it's been quite some time, but you gotta let me know if I'm out of line. But there's some words that I just wanna hear you say.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, hey, this is Kimberly Dalton. She is a great friend and...
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey.
Hey.
I hear you have a guitar for me.
Look at my mask.
What's your mask?
Read it.
Trust me, my lipstick is fabulous. That's what mine says too.
Yeah,
but
so Jeremy's going to do a little film, kind of a little demo for us on a Crossroads 12 fret that we have available. It is unsold in the system, and so he's going to take it with him and do a little filming.
this is a 12 fret. This is the
12
double O
fret,
size.
Crossroads, yep, L00 size.
That's
It does
beautiful.
have a K&K pickup installed.
Oh, great. Is that the Pure Mini, probably?
Yep, it is the Pure Mini. And otherwise, it's a standard Crossroads 12 fret.
Wow. I'm very excited about it.
And you can take it with you.
Perfect.
Be careful with it.
I'll be very careful. Yeah, so I'll check this out. I'm going to have it for the weekend. I'm going to make a video on it. But I'll get to play it a lot in between now and then.
This night turns into day, and then I'm on my way. Yes, I'm on my way.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Is that Brazilian?
Yep, Brazilian rosewood.
Good to please.
All right.
You know
I'm out
I
of here.
prayed for
Alright,
love,
alright,
but it
thank
got
you.
me
This.
on my knees. Now's the time to reap what I've sown. Your words echoing in every single bone.
For some reason in my head, this was a Dreadnought, but this is the L00 size, which is such a sweet little great spruce top guitar. She's going to send me more of the specs. So I'm going to have this guitar for the weekend. I'm headed to the lake with a bunch of friends of mine that I grew up with. And so I think a fair question for this video is going to be, how do you play guitar like at a party or like with people and not be that douche playing a guitar? Because playing guitar is a very regular part of my hanging out. Like if I'm hanging out with like a big family group, or if I'm, hanging out with my friends from college or growing up, it's very normal for me to play guitar. And I don't understand why people are so frustrated or annoyed with it, or why it is the joke that it is. I'm gonna run down to the lake now. I'm gonna get there a little bit before most of my friends that are coming in for the weekend. But I'll get to play the guitar and hear how it sounds before everybody else shows up. And then when they show up, I'll show you how to play guitar in a group of people and not be weird or douchey. So, all right, let's hit the road. the most important thing when you're playing music, as someone who has played lots of guitar at pretty much every family vacation or lake trip with friends, a regular part of my life, I always bring a guitar because, I mean, if you're like me, and I think we're similar in this, if I'm going to relax somewhere, one of the most relaxing things in my life is playing guitar. And so I use guitar to kind of bring a calm to myself, and it typically works the same way for other people. So if you're going to play guitar at a party or at a family vacation or wherever and not be a douche, here are 3 or 4 things that are helpful to you. So the first thing you have to do if you want to play guitar at a party and not be a douche is that you need to just have in mind that you're creating a soundtrack for that time. So when I played, it was kind of early in the morning, 8:30, 9 o'clock. All the guys are just kind of getting moving for the day, drinking coffee, catching up on social media, and it was just a really low-key time. So I created a soundtrack of open tuning, just kind of made pretty music, and that's normally what I kind of play, but just in that moment, it was the right time to play subdued, sweet, kind of background music. And it also was a good way for me to just get familiar with this Huss and Dalton Crossroads. That's a very easy part. So first, remember you're creating a soundtrack for the environment you're in. So the second thing is that you have to read the room. You have to know what time of day it is and what's the vibe in the room, and then play into that. So for me, again, early in the morning, it was calm. We were watching this just beautiful kind of glassy lake. And so we're all just kind of easing into the day. And so that's where it was really easy for me to just make a soundtrack and to just pay attention to that room. Another really practical tip is that if you are doing those things, if you're trying to read the room and create a soundtrack, you will not play recognizable songs. What gets you in trouble at a party and when people think it's really douchey to play guitar is when all of a sudden you hear Smoke on the Water coming out of the other room, or if you hear the Plain White T's, or if you hear an Ed Sheeran riff. If you play something that is overly recognizable, people are going to feel taken out of the moment, and they're not able to just be there and relax and, you know, be in the moment. All they're thinking about is that song that you're playing and every other time that they've heard it and how they don't like that song, and all the other times that they've heard that song and how they turn it off when they hear it on the radio. So don't play overly recognizable songs. That doesn't mean don't play them at all, but you have to be kind of sly with them. So I have kind of this fingerstyle version of Everlong by the Foo Fighters that I play in Dadged, and I'll play it for a while, and then people will be like, oh man, that sounds like Foo Fighters. It's a way to play a song that they do know, but it's not douchey, and it's not taking away from the moment or taking people out of their vacation where they're finally away and having fun. That leads me to my last point, and it feels very similar to the others, and it sums up all 4 of these points really well. If you are going to play guitar at a party and not sound like a douche, you have to be able to add to the vibe and not distract. Distraction, especially because there's something really vulnerable that happens, and like, people get rightfully pissed when you mess with their vacation time. You mess with their like celebration time. So if all of a sudden you're playing Crazy Train on an acoustic guitar, it takes away from the moment. So in all of this, you just have to read the room, be aware of what's going on, add to what's happening in the room, and never distract. So I hope that's helpful. More on this Huss and Dalton Crossroads coming soon. This is a really magical guitar. It's a 12 fret. It's not a 14 fret. But it opens up this whole conversation that we get to have on Gibson L00 style guitars. But I'm very excited about it. Thanks for watching this. I hope it helps you play guitars at parties and not be a douche. Tell me your stories down below. Do you play guitar at parties? What are your worries about it, or how have people handled it? Or do you never play guitar at any, social function, family party, vacation, any of those things? All right. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter. I hope you go and fill the world with music and friendship. If you want to support the channel, become a patron, patreon.com/guitarhunter. You can also buy a t-shirt. New t-shirts should be up this week or next week. They're going to be red, and then I'll still have black. They're going to be a very cool, incredibly comfortable shirt. Go ahead and buy those. JeremyTheGuitarHunter.com/shop. You can find those. They'll also be on my Reverb store. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you later.
You can see there